Ladies and gentlemen, on today's show, we're going to be talking about a bunch of things. But first, we're going to talk about the man himself, Sergio Ramos. Yes, Arsenal are linked to Sergio Ramos. Arsenal are supremely interested in Sergio Ramos, but it looks like he might go to PSG. But Arsenal are looking at him for a possible deal and a free transfer. But of course, Ben White is also being looked at by a couple teams such as Everton and Manchester City. It also is confirmed that Nuno Tavares is on his way to England on a private jet. He will be signing for the club sooner than later. There's still no update on Lokonga as of right now, but it looks like he's imminent to also be signed as the second signing. William Saliba was linked away to Newcastle, and his agent recently met with the club. And it looks like William Saliba will now be given a chance to play for Arsenal in the preseason with this team. We're also linked to Napoli and Polish midfielder Zieliński. And there's a lot of stuff going on with Onana, but it looks like Inter Milan have beaten Arsenal to the punch, and they could be the team that he signed. All this and more on today's show on EGTV. Let's get started. Woo! Bang. Anyways, people, you already know what it is. It's the Kitty G on EGTV. How you guys doing? How's everyone doing today in the chat? Big up to everybody on Arsenal Inside Out group and on my channel EGTV. Big up to people on Twitter who've come and joined us over here. You guys already know we do a lot of spaces over there, so check out my Twitter handle at the Kitty G. And you know what, guys? Don't forget, do me a favor, smash that like button for this video. At least let's get over 100 likes on this video. By the end of the video, let's get over 100 likes. We got a lot of things to cover today. As you already know, we've already talked about a couple of things. But first things first, I'm just going to let you guys know a quick synopsis of what we're going to be talking about in chronicle order. So we're going to be talking about, first things first, we're going to be talking about Smith Rowe's new deal. Then we're going to be getting into Reece Nelson selling his house. Then we're going to talk about this guy from Napoli. Who is he, right? And so on and so forth until we get to the big stuff, the Ramoses and the Messis and the obviously I'm just joking about Messi and Coutinho. No one really thinks we're going to sign them, and no one really wants Coutinho anyways. Nuno Tavares is pretty much done and dusted. We're going to get into all these things plus more. Get ready, smash that like button, and you already know what it is. Bring in the boys. I got my guy Karan here, and I got Aslan. Karan, how you guys doing?
You go first, AK.
Yeah, I'm well, bro. Thank you. What's up, Karan? Big up, bro. Hello, everyone in the chat.
You're right, guys. It's me. It's Karan again. I hope everyone's good. Egal, I hope you're good, brother. Just let's go with this. Let's do this.
Okay. So first things first, we got to talk about Emile Smith Rowe. If you guys don't know, Emile Smith Rowe, there's been a lot of stuff about Villa possibly signing Emile Smith Rowe, him going to Aston Villa, people saying, he's going to go here, he's going to leave Arsenal. Who do Villa think they are? Some people saying, you know what, Villa are a more attractive club than us. It makes sense. This is that. But I've said it numerous times and I'll say it again. His contract is pending. Everything to do with the contract is pending. Yesterday, once again, it was confirmed that the contract situation is pending and it's going to be signed sooner than later. We already know that Smith Rowe is a crucial part to our team going forward as a youngster that we bred ourselves, homegrown. And if we lose him for that price or sell him for that price, it's just ridiculous, especially when he has enough time left on his contract that we would have to get a good fee. I don't think we're going to sell him. It makes no sense. But let me tell you guys what the exact story is, right? The story is Smith Rowe, the number one story right now is Emile Smith Rowe. Aston Villa remains interested in Emile Smith Rowe with their latest bid of 30 million being rejected. But it is spoken about that Arsenal have agreed a long-term contract with Smith Rowe, and that is the story that everyone's coming out with today. So what do you guys think about Smith Rowe? Rejected another bid from Aston Villa, and now it looks like he's most likely going to be signing a new long-term contract. Are you surprised? I'm not surprised. What do you think, guys?
Do you want to go, Karan? Or
yeah, I can go. Sure. So with Emile, it's a question of, look, who really changed our fortunes in that second half of the season? If you look at what we did in that second half of the season and the teams we came up against, it was the likes of Emile Smith Rowe and Saka coming through. And if you look at the squad right now, we're short on homegrown talent. So why would we sell our most promising, well, maybe what first or second most promising player to a team that seems to want to be on the come up. And honestly, their fans are just trying to instigate stuff that they don't need. They don't need. They're in a different tax bracket. Let's be honest. So, if we're talking Smith Rowe, I just don't see it. I don't see, especially with the lack of homegrown style players that we need at the club right now. It doesn't make sense.
Yeah, so
make it make sense, guys. At least Mehdi.
This is what Fabrizio Romano said.
Yeah.
Fabrizio Romano, let me just get him in the corner above Aslan. Here we go. Fabrizio Romano, he's joined us. He said 100% convinced that Smith Rowe will sign a new contract. Fabrizio Romano said this on the 26th of June. Today reported that contract has been signed. And that it's just pending for the new contract to be announced after the new kit has fully launched. So they're just waiting for the new kit to be fully launched before the contract is announced. That makes sense. Aslan, do you have anything to say on this before we move on? Because we got
look, with the whole Smith Rowe thing, look, I understand you just shared Fabrizio Romano quote, but I don't need a sports journalist to guarantee me as a fan that he will be doing this. Like, I personally had no qualms in Smith Rowe signing a contract extension or the club not offering him a new contract extension. Like, it wouldn't have made any sense at all. Like, this guy was given an opportunity within the team for the second half of the season. He played very well. There was great performances, and yeah, you know, when we've signed up other young academy graduates onto professional contracts, I just had no worries whatsoever. So I'm just happy that he is moving in that direction to tie down our young players and our current squad or first team players. So it's great news for everyone.
Facts.
Seconded.
And so basically, Smith Rowe to Villa, you can say goodbye because that's not going to happen. Emile Smith Rowe, new deal, you can say hello because new deal is pending. That's what everyone's saying. The word on the street is the new deal is pending. It's going to be a 5-year contract. That's what they're saying, and it's going to come with an upgraded shirt number. So what that shirt number could be, we don't know, but they're saying it could be with a new shirt number also. And you know what? That number 10 shirt
Could it be Partey's old 18?
Could be. You never know. 32. What's the next level down? 20? Is 20 available?
Yeah, I mean 20 or 18. I mean, because let's be honest. Like as much as we want him to get game time he deserves, he's still very young and developing and holding his craft. So he's got time on his hands. So that's why I feel he doesn't need to get the 8 number or the number 10 number on his shirt number. So he's got plenty of time to get that. Yeah. So whatever squad number is available, I'm sure it would be a better number for him. So.
Are you guys seeing Jan Sommer literally save his team moment after moment?
Yeah, it's a crazy save.
Oh my days, he's absolutely amazing. Okay, now this game's on right now, so a lot of people are probably watching that. But the next story, guys, is another one that is very, very odd. Okay, so Arsenal have offered Reece Nelson a new contract. But it looks like he's going to be leaving Arsenal, ladies and gentlemen. He does not want to stay at the club. He has even gone to the depths of saying he's going to be putting his house up for sale in London, telling you that he's going to be leaving London. He's not going to be going to a team based in London. He's going to be leaving London. He put his house up for sale. It looks like Reece Nelson has been offered a contract extension, which he does not plan on signing, because the last time he signed a contract extension, he went out on loan. His loan ended, and he did not get any game time from Arsenal Football Club. So as of right now, Reece Nelson looks like it could be a situation where he will be, dare I say it, leaving on a free at the end of his contract, or the club could be selling him. Now, I'm going to be telling you guys this. Guys on Arsenal Inside Out, come join us for the rest of the video on YouTube. I'll be ending it right here. Now, let's continue. With the people on YouTube, do me a favor, smash that like button. Let's get this over 100 likes. Right now, we're only at what? 15 likes. We can get to 20 likes in the next couple seconds. Welcome, Gunner Express. How are you? What we're talking about right now is Reece Nelson. He recently sold his house. He put his house up for sale. He has not been getting much game time under Mikel Arteta, and a lot of fans are mixed. I put out a poll, people saying sell, keep, loan. You want to know what happened, guys? Majority of people said sell or loan. The amount of people that said keep was only a minuscule 22%. Just goes to show you, majority of people want him either to leave on loan or to leave on a sale this summer. I want to know what your stance is. I want to know what the people in the comment section stance is. And what do you think about Reece Nelson basically refusing a new contract? I'll start with you, Gunner Express, since you just joined us.
Well, I mean, we touched on it obviously, I think briefly yesterday, but I think with Nelson, what I'm about to say is not directly Nelson. It's the fact that Arteta and Edu chose to use Willian instead, and they persisted with him for over 30 matches when he obviously was not the answer. And it has stunted someone like Nelson's growth. It did stunt Pepe for a brief time as well. And you've got to look at these sort of things and say, I get that Nelson had opportunities to go on loan. He didn't take them. There's all these different things that you look at when you look at Nelson. But it's the fact that the manager did not want to use him. Yet, surely he could have done better. There's no way he could have done worse than what Willian was doing, because Willian was just walking around the pitch doing absolutely nothing. So for me with Nelson, I wouldn't sell him yet. I wouldn't get rid of him yet. Especially wouldn't let him go on a free, because you can get at least 12 to 15 million for him now. So you might as well sell him. If you're going to sell him, don't let him go on a free. But what I would do is, as long as Arteta's manager, I would loan him out this season, make him sign the new contract, because apparently the offer's there. It's the fact that he hasn't signed yet. So persuade him to sign that offer, send him out on loan, and then depending on obviously how well he does, maybe sell him the season afterwards when his value's gone up.
Okay, so people in the chat, are you going to sell, keep, or loan Emile Smith Rowe? What about yourself, Karan?
I mean, if you look at the wingers we have at the club right now, I don't really see a pathway for Reiss to really succeed, which is a shame, because he is a top quality talent on his day, and he's a very good dribbler, someone who's very direct. And for me, someone just said it, for me, it's a loan. I think I want to see what he does. I still think he can contribute to the club, but if you look at the youth that's coming through right now as well, do you really see him competing with Keto in a couple of years? I think that there's a lot of good talent coming through from the wingers' point of view, and it's a loan. I agree with Gunnar Express here. It's a loan with a contract extension, but probably looking to sell after a year unless he excels. So I don't really see him in his position in the squad right now.
Just coming up.
Okay, what about you, Aslan?
Yeah, me personally, I would offer him a new contract, and then, if the manager feels that we need to bring in another attacker and then loan out Nelson, I'll be up for it, but only if it's to a Premier League team. I don't feel he should be going out abroad. I feel he should be learning his trade more closer to home. There's plenty of clubs that are up there, there's options for him to actually be first team, be a first team starter. So, but yeah, it's sad that if we did lose him, because I feel like I echo what Gunnar Express said about his treatment from the manager, but and I also echo what Karan just said about his skill set. It's just a shame, because like before Saka came on the scenes, we had a lot of young the coaches at the academy level that were hailing up Nelson, saying that he's going to be the next star to be breaking through into the Arsenal team. Unfortunately, that hasn't happened yet. And yes, some players do develop a little bit later than others. So yeah, I think overall, if we did tie him down, sent him out to a Premier League team, it would further his development, and then hopefully he can come back and then get a fair chance in an Arsenal shirt.
Can I just follow up with a quick point? Let's just very quickly. Sorry, Gal. The other thing is, if you offer a contract extension, it preserves his value as well. So if we do decide to sell him, then there is that point where you're not allowing his value to reduce. That's the only point I wanted to make quickly. Sorry about that.
Okay, so enough about Reece Nelson. A lot of people are speaking about Samori. Samori isn't good. What else is it? Here's the original breaking news: Leicester have signed Samori. They signed him a couple hours earlier in the day. But let's talk about this. So this has caused a ripple effect within the Arsenal fan base. A lot of Arsenal fans are upset, angry at the fact that we missed out on a signing like this. Now, what you have to realize is his signing was wrapped up near the midway point of the season. They had the signing wrapped up in January, right? So for us to be angry about a signing that was already wrapped up, in which we never actually bid for him. Yes, we were linked to him for a long time, but it looks like Samori is officially a Leicester player. He's wearing the kit. Everything's announced. Today's the first day where you're available to actually announce players. So it makes sense that they're doing that. But hey, I get why people are upset. I get why people are angry. But at the same time, let's make it make sense, guys. This deal was already done a long time ago. They've already announced that they were getting him done. They've already announced his deal. So why are we upset? Why are we upset? Is it because our club is mismanaged and misrun? Or are we upset because we're seeing a rival strengthen? Because we always see rivals strengthen and we don't get upset about it. Now we're getting upset because it's a deal that we see as feasible and as a smart deal. But hey, maybe there's something. Maybe if the deal doesn't work out and Samori doesn't absolutely hit the ground running, fans are not going to be like, oh, Leicester got another one from us. Because if you remember, Dennis Pratt, we were linked to Dennis Pratt. When he signed for Leicester, similar outlet happened where people were saying, hey, they got Dennis Pratt, and we wanted Dennis Pratt. How are we letting Leicester get players that we want? But Dennis Pratt didn't hit the ground running. Dennis Pratt wasn't this massive signing. I'm not saying Samori and Dennis Pratt are equivalent, but I'm drawing a false equivalent in this situation. There is been situations where we wanted a player, he's gone to lesser teams, and you know what? We didn't even bat an eye because their performances did not meet the levels of what we expected from a player who we were linked to. Anyways, it could be the same situation with Buendia also. He could absolutely hit the ground running at Villa and we'd be upset, and he could do shit and we'd be like, just whatever. But yeah, what do you guys think about this deal? I'll start with you, Karan.
Okay, so with the Samari thing, look, I agree with I mean, me and Gunnar Express have talked about this. We disagree on some fundamentals, but we both agree that he's a generational talent. I really do rate Samari as a player. His progression stats.
I can't hear you, bro. You're cutting in and out.
Tackling, his one-on-one defending is very, very good. I do understand where the frustration comes. Is that better now? Yeah, so what I'm trying to say is this, with this deal, it's a case of, I understand where the outrage is coming from because he is a very good player. But what I'm trying to emphasize to people whenever I can speak is, look, we have a window. There is a long time left in this window. We're only 1 month into this window. Let's see what happens with the window. Let's see how we can progress in this window, and let's see the profiles of players we do acquire in this window. So if it's something that we're all upset about at the end of the window, fine. But I just think it's a bit premature to be hopping on now and being like, oh, Edu this, Garlic that, Lewis this. I mean, it's a bit, let's just wait to see what happens with the window and judge how it happens accordingly.
Yeah. Gunnar Express, I don't think you're actually that upset about the signing, are you?
Well, yeah, because he's one of the best players in his position, so of course I am.
He's not even going to start for them.
Yeah, exactly, which is why he should be at Arsenal. Because he'd start for us.
Okay.
Wait, Egal, sorry, like what makes you feel that he won't start for Leicester?
Ndidi,
He won't. Indeed.
Tielemans, Maddison.
Okay, but do we know if Ndidi is going to be at Leicester next season?
If they sell Ndidi, they're going to get Basuma.
How do you know they're going to get Basuma, bro?
That was the link for Leicester to get Basuma. if they sell Ndidi, they're gonna get Basuma. That was the link.
Bro, I'm not challenging you. Like, genuine question. What, has Basuma been linked to Leicester today as well?
No, he was linked to Leicester months ago.
Okay, that's news to my ears. That's why I asked. But look, if for me, Samari again, I agree with Curran there. Like, he for me is the next up and coming midfielder. He should have definitely been on top of our transfer incomings. Made sense in every single way. Whether that's on the footballing side of his skill set and his ability, and in a business sense. Financially, it just made sense because he only had 1 year remaining on his contract at Lille, and what Leicester signed him for in and around 20 mil or so. So like, it would have been a great addition to our squad. But I feel if we'd have bought him, he would have walked into our midfield right now for sure, like 100%. I feel he would have come and partnered Partey on the other side, whether we carried on this 4-2-3-1 system, or potentially even in the 4-3-3. So, yeah, like, for me, it's just like, why is our club not into these smart signings? Because I'm not out here demanding that we should be going spending world-class, record-breaking transfer fees for every single player that we need identifying for whatever positions. But these type of smart signings because look, in our fan base, unfortunately, for the longest time, we've had people saying when we buy players, or especially young players, that their potential sell-on value is going to be amazing or it's going to be very high. But there's no evidence to suggest that we've done that in the last 7 to 8 years. So yes, the recent contract extension to the Kieran Tierney, that was very encouraging signs, but for me, it was just baby steps in the right direction into this new decade. And if we would have nabbed
just stop you there.
Mare, this would have added to my confidence.
I want to piggyback off what you said, Aslan, and push it over to possible gems that the club could find. Now, the job the club is to identify players and bring them in, right? So they've identified a player that we've now been linked to, which is Zieliński, who's the Polish / Napoli midfielder. I'm not gonna lie to you guys, I don't know too much about Zieliński. I've done a little bit of research on him. I've looked at him. I don't know exactly what he's going to bring to the table, but I can tell you what his statistics say and what the papers say about him, right? So if you guys don't know Zieliński and who he is, he's a 27-year-old midfielder who currently plays for Napoli, right? He plays majority of his games in the midfield. You don't really see him all over the pitch. He's not that versatile. You're going to see him majority of the games playing in that attacking midfield, central midfield role, depending on what the formation is. Majority of the time, he's more of an attacking midfielder than a regular central midfielder. His goals and assists, his outputs for the time that he's been playing, is not really that high. So if you're looking at him as an attacking midfielder who's going to come in and replace Ozil or get us goals and assists and contribute that much, he's not that guy. He's not that guy for me. I personally don't think that's the guy that we should be going for in that type of position. If we're expecting him to come in and kick and hit the ground running, this is not the guy you're going to see. Because in his whole career as an attacking midfielder, he has not been producing at a high clip when it comes to goals and assists. He even just last season, he was not producing that well. Last season, I think he ended the season with 8 goals, 11 assists. But that was his highest ever season. Before that, he didn't really do that much. Before that, he was getting 2 goals, 4 assists in 37 games. He just hit the ground running last season. His last season was his best season in his career. I get it. He still like could do better, but he's 27 years old. How much better are you going to get at the age of 27? At the age of 27, how much better are you going to get? Are we going to buy a player, another Nicolas Pepe type player, where he has one really good season and his price tag is worth 40 million, and we're going to just buy him because we need that player in that need? No. I feel like this is cheap scouting. This is a fake link. I don't believe it. I will tell you guys who it originally came from. The source of this link is, one second. The source of this link is what is it? How do you pronounce this? One second. Mattino in Italy. So to Mattino, that's the source. I don't know who they are. I've never heard of them. But yeah, what do you guys think about Zieliński? Anybody know him? I know Gunnar Express said he knows a little bit about him. Why don't you tell us what you think about him?
Yeah, he's crap. Don't want him. Not good enough. 8 goals, 11 assists is not a very good season. It's still relatively just average. Yeah, don't want him. He's 27. Again, this is why I say I'm annoyed at the Sumare deal. We could have had a 21-year-old centre midfielder who's one of the best in his age group, in his position. He's brilliant at progressing the ball. He's 20, 30 million pounds. Leicester have got him. We're now looking at 27-year-old Polish midfielders from Napoli. Honestly, man, I don't know if it's true or not. And that defeats the point. Again, Leicester are signing players that are going to be world class, that have such brilliant potential and have already shown that they're good enough to play in the Premier League. We're signing players that wouldn't even start for Crystal Palace. Like, it's not good enough, man. And again, I don't want him. He's crap. 8 goals, 11 assists doesn't impress me at all. I never heard of this guy, like, properly, like anyone ever talk, good about him in a sense that he's a world-class player or anything like that. And like you said, he's 27 years old. We don't need a 27-year-old midfielder. Partey's already 27. So I don't want him. If we sign him, then I'm going to be fuming. But I don't think we will. But you don't know anymore with Arsenal.
I'll let Azdan go before Quran. Azdan.
I'll be honest with you. Prior to the Euros, I did know of him, but I've never really followed his career. But I mean, like, now that you've highlighted his metrics and his GA output, look, at 27, if he's only just reaching double digits in the career so far, that's not that doesn't sound good to me. Like, I'm not infused with the potential signing of this guy. And if the price tag is 40 mil, nah, not for me. Like, we should be identifying someone younger with a better GA output. So yeah, for me, it's a pass, man.
Yeah, so I think it's 37 games, and so it's 32 games. Sorry, 32 games, and he has 8 goals and 10 assists as a central attacking midfielder. Plays majority of those games as a central attacking midfielder. Is this enough output for somebody who's experienced to come into our team, make a difference right away from another league? I don't think so. I want to ask you guys in the chat. Would you take Zieliński? Are you interested in Zieliński? Have you ever heard of Zieliński? Because sometimes those guys you never hear about, they could actually be really good. It's just I haven't heard anybody getting excited about us being linked to this guy, honestly. Karan, you're last. What do you think?
Yeah, so with the Zieliński link, it's not that I don't. I mean, I'm not going to lie and say I've scouted him for 10 games. I've seen a couple of games because I've seen Napoli in the Europa League, but it's a case of, why are we going for someone this old? I don't really understand it. It doesn't really fit the MO of the club this summer. We're going for younger talent, and it seems like Premier League talent as well. It doesn't seem like we're going for these older, like, statesman type player. It feels to me like an agent link. It feels like they've seen that we're in the market for an attacking midfielder and they want to get their player's name out there. It doesn't feel like this has any substance. And again, it's a case of, it doesn't seem like the priority at the moment is to go for first team talent. It feels like we're looking for backups and then we'll move on to the first team. So I don't see it being a reality, and I don't think he's good enough either, as the other two have said already.
Okay, so thumbs up or thumbs down, Aslan?
Thumbs down for me.
Gunnar Express?
Bro, I'm putting my whole hand down on this guy. Don't want him.
Okay. So, and yourself, Quran, finally?
Double thumbs down. No way in hell.
Okay, so everyone here is saying thumbs down. I personally agree. When it comes to Zieliński, I'm just going to ask everybody, what do you guys think? Thumbs up or thumbs down? Let me know. I personally feel like after we've all made the cases, 27 years old, 32 games, 8 goals, 8 assists, in the Serie A. How will that translate into the Premier League? I don't think it will translate that well. So I'm personally going to stay as far away as possible from this signing, and I think the club should distance himself from this signing. But yeah, thank you everyone watching on Arsenal Inside Out group and everyone watching on my Twitter. Come join us now for the rest of the video on YouTube. That's where you can catch all the latest and the greatest. Let's keep moving. So yeah, enough about that. Now moving on to the next topic, guys. Let's get this guy's face off the screen. Moving on to the next topic. The next topic is quite simple. We have been linked to none other than the man himself, right? And the thing about Ben White is after we've been linked to Ben White, it came quickly and it turned into we were going to buy Ben White. And it went from buying Ben White to the deal is done and dusted. And now they're saying we have not only have we spoken to Ben White and gotten everything done, that he's going to be joining the club sooner than later, right? But guess what? Out of nowhere, Everton have attracted Ben White based off the speed and the preciseness of signing. Former Liverpool manager, former Chelsea manager, former Real Madrid manager, former Valencia manager, Rafa Benitez has turned the head of Ben White. I swear to God, these guys are filming a porno when they're talking about the way they write their articles, right? And a lot of fans are upset that we could possibly be losing Ben White. But also Manchester City have inquired. I want to let everybody know this deal is done. The deal is done, but it takes time for the player to come back from the Euros and for the deal to be officially signed and for him to be wearing the shirt. Now, Manchester United did a similar thing. They got the deal with Sancho done, but they still haven't seen him wearing the kit. Stop panicking. Stop listening to everything these media sources say and stop believing everything they say. Ben White is not going to Man City. Ben White is not going to Manchester United. Ben White is not going to Liverpool. Ben White is not going to Everton. Ben White is not going to Real Sociedad. Ben White is not going to Real Madrid. If he gets linked to my uncle's club team over in South Africa, not getting linked to them. None of that. It's not happening. So yeah, what do you think, Goon Express?
Well, that's a shame. I kind of wish he was linked to them, but anyway.
Why?
I don't want him. He's not good enough.
Well, what do you mean he's not good enough? You haven't seen him play for Arsenal.
I've seen him play for Brighton. Not good enough.
And what have you seen from him at Brighton to say he's not good enough? Could you point out a moment?
Well, I can point out something that a lot of our fans like to point out. Where are Brighton in the league? Look at their defensive record. Look at how many goals they concede. I don't think Egal, the guy isn't good enough. He's £55 million for a 22-year-old English centre-back who, by the way, can't even start over Harry Maguire, who, again, a lot of our fan base calls crap, even though he isn't. He struggles to get over Tyrone Mings. He struggles to play over John Stones, who I still don't think is actually that good. And I can bet you now, Connor Cody would also start instead of Ben White. And if you want more, I can give you more. Ben White, okay, he might be good, progressing the ball forward. But again, when you look at other players that are available for similar prices, such as Tapsoba, who is better at carrying the ball forward, who is better in the air, who's more physical, who, as Aslan likes to say, he wants somebody who can just be a presence on the pitch. Tapsoba is that presence. Ben White, he's not that presence. No one's going to be scared of Ben White. No player's going to go, oh, I might not go into that challenge with Ben White actually because he might clobber me. Whereas Tapsoba, who's this massive fucking 6'4" guy, there's going to be certain players that will not go into certain duels and tackles. And you might say that's just silly and you're being stupid. Well, I'm not, because certain players have said in the past that they don't go into certain challenges with certain players. Ramos is a perfect example. So many players pussy out of challenges with that guy because they know he'll just run straight through them. So I don't want Ben White for the money we're paying for him. It's not worth it. And yeah, of course he's an improvement on Holding, but that's such a silly argument because how many players are better than Holding? So many players are better than Holding. Dan Ballard's probably already better than Holding. So to be honest, I'm not hearing that as an argument. You need to give me more as to why he should be playing. And no one ever does. No one gives me reasons as to why he's better than Tapsoba, who again is similar price, similar age, but better. No one gives me a reason why LaCroix, who's cheaper and better shouldn't be the man we're buying instead. So I don't want the guy. He's not good enough.
Okay, I hear you. I hear your case. I might not agree with it, but I hear your case. Now, Aslan, do you have a similar point of view on this take? And by the way, guys, the Spanish Swiss penalty shootout has just begun, and we're going to be discussing that also. So the first penalty taker is Sergio Busquets, and he misses. Sergio Busquets missed the penalty. Wow. Anyways, continue. Aslan.
Yeah, for me, Ben White doesn't fit the right profile in age. I feel we need an experienced centre back. Ben White isn't for me. Yes, he possibly does have the potential, but I mean, I just feel like the club are just going for him because he's English, and so that we can meet our English quota for the upcoming season. And again, you know what Gunnar X just touched on there. Like, I don't feel he has that physical presence. I don't feel opponent attackers or rival attackers when we face them, you know, that they're going to be scared of him. You know, for me, yeah, he's just not the finished article. We should go over presence over youth for the centre back. And me personally, I would have been fine with sticking with Saliba and bringing back Mavropanos, but unfortunately that's not the case. We've sent him out on loan for another season. You know, Saliba coming in, you know, there's still a big question mark over that. Yeah, but look, if the club do decide to go and get him and pay, you know, the 55 mil reported valuation, look, I'll be okay with it only on the basis if we address all the other key areas that we need addressing within the first team and the squad depth. So that's just how I feel on the matter.
Okay, I hear that. Now, Karan, I feel like me and you are both very similar in this. I'm just going to say my point. I feel like the club, the deal's done. If you like it or not, he's going to walk in as one of our best center backs. He's a very good ball playing center back. He's one of the highest touted center backs in the Premier League, as that is English, after Harry Maguire and John Stones. So there you go. We're going to have one of the best center backs in the league on the right hand side that is English, and you always need good English players to meet the quota. And why not go and get the best? Oh. Switzerland's penalty got stopped by someone. Anyways, go ahead, Karan.
Yeah, so I totally agree with you in terms of the homegrown aspect, in terms of ball progression. But what we haven't mentioned that I want people to get their opinions on the chat, especially. So he is extremely versatile. I mean, we're looking at a player that can play right.
Oh my God, he stopped it again. I'm sorry.
It's okay. He's a beast, Summer. I'm watching it too. He's an absolute beast.
Wow.
What did I tell you about Jan Sommer? Don't doubt my knowledge on the Bundesliga, bro. Jan Sommer is a class goalkeeper, and I was told otherwise.
No, but
not
because
from
of
me.
the whole Xhaka would never recommend him to come to Arsenal.
Xhaka can go suck his mum, bro.
Okay.
Enjoy Rome. Enjoy Rome.
Yeah, correct.
So as I was saying with the whole Ben White situation, we've lost our main ball progressing centre back in David Luiz, and he is the David Luiz replacement. He is someone that can take the ball out from the back, and he's basically, I mean, we remember last season that Arteta wants to go for John Stones, and this is his Stones. This is someone that he wants to be able to take the ball out from the back. And as I was saying before, the penalty, he's someone that can also do a job at right back as well. He's someone that if you want to play in a 3, he can play. He's someone that's extremely versatile, someone that's someone that can so he's someone that I would go for. I hear the Tapsoba situation as well. I hear that. I agree. He's a very good centre back, but the question is, is we have someone in the Prem who's proven himself in the Prem. I'm not saying the Bundesliga is different, but you have to worry about adaptation. You have to worry about his ability to link into the squad and these kinds of things. So I like the Ben White deal. I think it's someone that we do need in terms of profile. And if we're talking about prices, I mean, the price is 50 million first of all, and 50 million. If you look at what the market for centre backs is at the moment, isn't that bad a deal? If you look at, for example, Nathan Ake at Man City, you look at the Maguire deal, there was 80 million, and the Van Dijk deal. The prices are being inflated for these types of centre backs. So if you want an elite centre back, you have to put the money. And if you look at Tapsoba is going to cost 65, 70 million as well. So I can see the Tapsoba point, but I'm more than happy to have a Ben White who is Premier League proven, has lots of potential, and is already in England and international. So that's just my take anyway.
I hear you. I'm trying to get it so this ad doesn't pop up. There you go.
It's hard. I've tried doing it on ours as well. It's just to zoom in and out.
It doesn't freaking go.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so yeah, forget it. Anyways, let's go on to the next story, guys, because I feel like this video is gonna go by quick. We've already gotten past a lot of bullet points.
Mm-hmm.
Now, after talking about that, can I just mention Arsenal today were linked to Messi on a Twitter post. Now, I know this is gonna piss you off. It's gonna make you laugh, but it's a little bit of banter from a certain individual, Ryan Air. Have you guys seen it?
I don't want to. I don't want to. It's just silly.
Ryan Airline have linked Manchester City to Messi after Arsenal refused to pay extra 5 million euros. It's actually the funniest. It's funny. It's just tongue in cheek. But you know what? This is the kind of shit that people engage with. They didn't even get over 100 likes. That's funny. Okay, so Ryan Air confirmed Man City have shown interest in paying for 5 million to euro. All right. Oh, did Spain win? Spain won.
Yeah, Spain won.
Okay, so Ryan Air have confirmed that.
Yeah, suck on that, Xhaka, dickhead.
Okay, so yeah,
fuck off to Rome now.
Should go to Rome. And Arsenal's talks broke down after they refused to pay the 5 million fare to London. Anyways, that's just dumb banter. Now moving on to the next story, actual stories, right? I'm gonna tell you the next one. Aslan, I'm sorry, this is not gonna make you happy, but this is an official photo of Tavares on his way to London. He is on a plane, a private plane. He's on his way to London to complete his deal. His deal nearly did get hijacked for £6 million, but it is official that he will be joining Arsenal, and and he's on his way to London as we speak. This is a photo of him on a private jet with his manager and I think a friend or something like that. But yeah, thoughts, guys. Tavares.
So with the Tavares,
who almost hijacked it?
It was almost hijacked by. The deal was almost hijacked by. 1 second, let me just find it. Almost hijacked. Where is it? It said it was almost hijacked by somebody, but I forgot to write down who it was. 1 second. Oh, that sucks. Let me go find it. Anyways.
Also, while you're quickly finding that, Egal, quickly on that Ryanair point, they're funny, aren't they? They can't even afford good planes, so they can shut up. Like their experience flying with Ryanair is awful, bro. Never fly with Ryanair.
I can attest to that.
Never, ever fly with Ryanair unless you have to. But yeah, I mean, Tavares, I mean, look, I know what Aslan's going to say. So we need to give Aslan his minute when I'm going to say what I can say before Aslan goes on one. But
you go, I'll go, then Aslan can go. Because I want to give him his time on this
one.
one.
Oh, it was Brighton.
Yeah.
Brighton tried to hijack the Tavares deal.
I think that's fake. I think that's just Ben White links and shit like that. But yeah, I mean, he's a good player. Attacking wise, I think defensively he could be better, but I think that's something that he can improve on as he's only 21. He's going to have Tierney in front of him. You know, everyone praises Arteta for his defensive improvement, which is true. He has obviously improved us defensively. So I expect him to be able to coach this kid better defensively, because he's not awful at defending. It's just not his strong suit. He's better at attacking. So I think he could be very similar to Tierney if he gets the right coaching, if he gets the right. Again, he's going to look. He's got Tierney in front of him. Like, who else would you want as a mentor type coach? Like, Tierney's the one. He's level-headed. He's obviously not a moron. He's not a clown. He gets on with his job and he's humble about it. So Tavares, if he shows the right attitude, could be a very, very good left back for the future. Again, he's young. And well, I'm just going to move on. I'll go on, Curran. I was going to say everything,
Let
bro.
me say something before you guys go. Do me a favor, guys. Smash that like button. Let's get this stream over 100 likes. All of you guys just take 1 second to like the video. It definitely helps us. It gets more people seeing it, and more of your comments in the chat also helps. So throw in your comments what you think about Tavares joining Arsenal. Now, going back to you, Karan. What were you going to say?
Yeah, so with the Tavares deal, it's someone that we do need. Let's be honest. I mean, I personally had different targets in mind. I can understand that the club wants to be a bit more secretive and they want to go in a different direction. I didn't like how he played in the Europa League against us, even though it was a cameo. He did let the squad down in terms of his final 10-minute performance in that game, but. If you look at his attacking numbers, he's very physical. He's built strong. You can see in that picture, he's a bit of a unit. Let's be real. And the dog stuff. Look, I'll let Aslan get onto that. I'm not going to touch that. But as a player, he's someone that is. I'm excited. I'm not. I wouldn't say excited about, but I would say I'm happy. I'm happy with that we're addressing a major issue in the squad, and I'm going to leave it at that. Go for it, mate.
All right, Aslan. It's pretty much done, mate. Are you gonna get behind him?
Hello?
Yeah, we're waiting.
Yeah, sorry. What, are we still talking on Tavares, yeah?
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, look, I'll try my best to keep my composure and keep it PG, yeah? Now, look. Egal, there's been many occasions in previous streams that, look, whatever player that we identify, whoever that is within the club, whoever is responsible in doing so, for me, it has to be, before we consider skill and ability, it has to be a player with the correct mindset, attitude, and character, right? And because of his off-the-field shenanigans, right, this guy does not tick any of those boxes. For those reasons, I don't care about his skill set or his ability. I don't care about his potential sell-on value. I don't care about what he potentially brings to the squad or what he could possibly add to the team, right? This guy's mentality stinks, right? I don't want him anywhere near this club, right?
Okay.
There's another player with the similar age that we're linked to in Lokonga. He ticks those boxes. From when we've had, look, even as a rival, even as a neutral, we can all agree that Vincent Kompany has been one of the most legendary centre-backs in the Premier League era, correct? If he's given out the captain's armband to a 21-year-old, that says it all for me.
Yo, why are Spain clapping
on his mindset? Sorry?
Why are Spain clapping Switzerland off the pitch?
Because they took him to pens.
They're happy that.
Yo, bro, forget about Switzerland. Bro, people are going to go on the timeline now and say, oh, Switzerland didn't win because Granit Xhaka didn't play, bro. Miss me with that, man.
Yeah, well, yeah, the Roma fans can say that, bro. He's a Roma player now.
You know? But yeah.
Enjoy the Colosseum, Xhaka. Enjoy the Colosseum, bro.
Okay,
bro,
so yeah, before we get to
all the best to him. All the best to him in his new life in Italy. All the best to him. But yeah, so to keep it short, bro, I don't want this guy. He's not my ideal choice. I don't care if it's backup or not. He's not my ideal choice. We should do everything in our power to avoid this guy at all costs.
Okay,
Done.
Aslan, it's done. It's done. He's going to be an Arsenal player. You can have your thoughts on him, but once he joins, you're going to back him. I know you.
I'm not going to back him, bro. No. Bro, in all my years of supporting Arsenal, I've always backed every single signing, whether I've agreed with it or not. But this guy will be my first that I will not back. If I go to watch an Arsenal live game at the Emirates and I see this guy in an Arsenal shirt, best believe I'm gonna have a placard or a banner that says "Dog lips are out, no animal abuse." Yeah.
Okay.
And then whoever wants to question my thoughts on why I'm holding that up, they can meet me face to face and say it to my face, bro. Okay. I'm not ramping. I don't want this guy.
Okay. Jonathan, what do you think about the Tavares thing?
My bro is very funny, to be honest. To be honest, I don't have a problem with things that other person want to take up in their personal lives.
No. He's not just talking about the dog lip sync thing only. There's also other attitude things that he brought up, just to be fair.
Which what is the main point? Give me an update on what he's saying.
So he has caused problems in the dressing room in Benfica. He's also said that while under contract for Benfica, that he doesn't care. He would start over the starting left back, and he would also play and start for other teams. And a lot of the ultras over there in Benfica, they don't like him because he's caused numerous uproars within the dressing room. So this is a guy who's done similar to what Guendouzi's done and cussed other players within the team, and has caused unharmonious moments within the dressing room. So it's not just a dog thing.
Okay, all right, I understand. All right, for me, if that's a thing, and this is a player that Arsenal bring in as their first signing, because he's going to be your first signing, you have to blame Arteta and Edu for that. However, you have person, I think he's 21-year-old.
Yeah, he's 21.
He's pretty young. Maybe now he's coming to a different country. Maybe he can start to learn to adapt to a different environment. Maybe he's going to see that Arsenal is a big club, so I cannot do all these things I used to do in Portugal. So hopefully things can change for the best in his mentality-wise, his attitude-wise, because the most important thing for me is that he perform on the pitch. I don't really want a player that's going to cause antics in the dressing room, but once he's delivering on the pitch, that is what we bought him here for, to perform on the pitch. So, I don't have a problem with the player. I watched a couple of the matches, and I think he's a good understudy for Tierney. So let's hope everything changes for the best.
Okay. Arteta, do you have anything to say on Tavares before we move on to Ramos?
No, bro. I don't know anything about him, so I don't think I'm the right person to answer.
Okay, no worries.
Let's hope he's good.
There you go. Let's hope he's good. Now, moving on to Ramos. Arsenal are interested in Ramos, okay? And there's reports today. These are the reports from today from Ramos, okay? Arsenal have made an approach to sign Ramos as a free agent. Arsenal have offered him a 3-year contract with 200K per week for the former Real Madrid player. He's also been approached with. He's also in negotiations with PSG, who are willing to offer him more money. Also, Arsenal are only interested in him because the fact that he's a free agent and that he has so much experience. He'd bring experience into the team, offering us a person who's won everything in major football, including the World Cup, Euros, Champions League, and La Liga. So, what do you guys think?
Well,
Bro, I don't think it's coming. I don't think it's coming.
Arteta, you go first.
Bro, I don't think he's coming here. I think at PSG he'll get good money. He can win Champions League. He's going to win the league. So I think he'll go there.
You think he's going to go to PSG?
Yeah. At Arsenal, we are not that good. At PSG, he can win the league. He can win the Champions League. He's playing with the best players.
Okay. Now the reason why we are there's actually a link is because I feel like it's his agent or something using us to push his thing up. I generally feel like this is a lot of paper talk. I don't believe that Arsenal Football Club could actually sign Sergio Ramos. But if we did, it would make sense to replace a leadership role with a guy who's known as one of the best footballing leaders. Led the Blancos. What do you call them again?
Las Blancos.
Los Blancos. There you go. Los Blancos to how many league titles, to how many Champions Leagues? Come on. Like, if Sergio Ramos came to Arsenal tomorrow, he immediately would be one of the best defenders in the league, immediately one of the most experienced people in world football to lead a team. And for him to come into Arsenal, which is very unlikely for him to join us in the state that we're in when PSG are calling him. He's probably going to end up in Paris. But right now, Sergio Ramos is linked to Arsenal, and I would absolutely love it if we could get him. I would actually love it if he would sign, but he's not going to sign. I'm not going to get my hopes and dreams up too much because I know that we're going to end up getting with Ben White. We're also going to end up not getting another center back after Ben White. And this is just a link from the agent to entice PSG to pay him more money, because 200K a week for Ramos, unrealistic when he was getting paid over 500 euros, 500K in euros a week over there at Real. It just doesn't make sense. Aslan, what do you think?
Yeah, bro, look, for me, look, I mean this in the best way possible, right? This guy oozes everything we need in a player and a centre-back and as a captain, right? Now, I'm in this in the best way. This guy is that scumbag bastard type of a footballer. And what I mean by that is he's the type of character where if we had him as our player, every other rival fan would hate him as our player. And we haven't had a player like that in a long, long time, right? Now, people can say, oh, but he's old, he's 30 plus, whatever. But look at what my man done at Chelsea. I forgot his name. Thiago Silva, yes. Look what he's done. Now, obviously, I'm not saying if he comes, he's going to win us the Champions League, because unfortunately, we're not in Europe, right? And for those reasons, I feel that we cannot attract him. We don't have that pull, unfortunately, this summer to get him, because his brand, he's also got to think of his brand. And, you know, just to come and play in the Premier League is not going to be enough. So, but, you know, even if we couldn't get Ramos, he is the type of ilk of a player that we should be attracting. But if we could obviously get that in a younger version, that would be amazing. You know, someone who's got the leadership qualities, someone who's got the skill set, the ability qualities, the mindset. If this guy comes in to the Arsenal dressing room, all the antics and shenanigans that goes on in there will not happen. Will not happen. Because he knows until they are proven winners and are respected in the world of football, that those type of things can't run. So I would welcome it, but I'm realistic enough to accept that it won't happen.
Okay. Karan, you agree?
Of course. I mean, Sergio Ramos is Sergio Ramos. He's probably the top three centre-backs in the world right now. Well, there's not really a question about that. The question is why would he want to choose Arsenal? Not because that we're going through a horrible period. We are going through a bad period, but it's not like we're going downhill. We are on the up, but it's not up enough. We haven't got Champions League football. We haven't got the players to say, look, you can sign here, and we are going to give you a set of players that will instantly turn everything around. We've got to be realistic. This is a year or maybe 2 years before we're at not just top four but competing again. It's not something that I would look too deep into, because it's clearly just something that's going to happen to push his wages up at a PSG, or even if United come in for him. I don't think they would, but if they do come in for him, then it's basically just the agent trying to use us as leverage. But Aslan literally said everything I want to say about Sergio Ramos. Great player, great captain. Nothing more to say.
Schooner Express. Sergio
Look,
Ramos to Arsenal.
I'll sum it up in one sentence. He's a player we need. He's a player that won't come because they're not in the Champions League. That's it. If we were still in the Champions League, I'd say that we could get him, but we're not. And he's not going to not play in Europe. The guy could be winning Champions Leagues every season. He's that good. So he's not going to drop out of Europe to join us.
I have to talk about Sergio Ramos because it's Sergio Ramos. Let's be real. If we were linked to Coutinho, which we were, he's in the video. But did we mention him?
No.
Did we speak about him? No, because we don't want him. But Sergio Ramos, he's not going to come, but we would want him, right? Arteta's, Jonathan, do you guys have anything else to add before we go?
Yeah, I have something to say on this. As everyone has already said, Sergio Ramos is a captain, he's a leader, he's a dog. But for me, I blame this mostly on the Edus and the Arteta. Not saying that we would get Sergio Ramos, but I mean, you're telling me that a man that won everything already, you cannot sell him something to say, watch here, you are the leader that we need in our team. We can even make you be the captain. You know what I mean? We already know that Sergio Ramos and Real Madrid already had problems, starting out the contract.
He's already gone. He's already gone.
Yeah, man. I'm
He's left
saying,
Real Madrid, yeah.
Yeah, man. I'm saying that we already know that he had problem with Real Madrid starting out the contract from around 3 months ago or longer. And you're telling me that no one in Arsenal could already approach Sergio Ramos from there, trying to know the situation, to at least trying to, give him some influence.
Apparently, Leeds United also approached him.
But he's not going to go to Leeds. That's the thing.
Leeds approached Sergio Ramos.
But
look,
it's just a pointless debate. Let's be real. It's just like I get why you have to mention him, but it's pointless. Like,
That's
let's be real.
That's why I saved it for the end. So we can
I get it.
Bro. Can I say one thing?
Yeah, go ahead, Arteta.
He has won 25 trophies. He has won more trophies than some of the clubs that are interested in him.
It's true.
Yes, Spurs.
He has led Spain to Euros and World Cup. He has won 3 consecutive Champions League. So he's a special player.
Okay,
I don't think.
Continue.
Bro, all right. For instance,
The only thing I was saying is that if he comes to London, then he's going to Chelsea because they are only showing ambition to win trophies, and we are not showing that.
Okay. Can I just mention something quickly that no one has mentioned on social media? We have had another world-class 1-point center back also linked to us. Okay? Now, this link, I'll explain what's going on in this link before you guys go crazy. He was once linked to Arsenal at the age of 16, and he had an opportunity to join Arsenal at the age of 16. He turned that down. He recently said, I was an idiot to turn down Arsenal at the age of 16. If only I knew, I would have went to Arsenal and I would have ended up coming back to Italy eventually. But I was looking back on it, that was a mistake I made in my career. Now, that came out of absolutely nowhere, and now everyone's linking him to Arsenal because he once made a mistake at the age of 16 for not joining Arsenal. To me, this is absolutely fake news. The story's done right there. There's no link between Arsenal and my guy. Let's just leave it there. End it. But yeah, enough about these stories, guys. What were you going to say? Jonathan.
Egal.
Yeah.
Yeah, let me say, I do want to bring this across. For example, let's say Chelsea was in this. Let's say Chelsea and Manchester United was in the said space as Arsenal, not being in the Champions League or not being in Europe, and they approach a Sergio Ramos. Wouldn't you think they would sell Sergio Ramos an idea to join the club regardless of not being in Europe?
But he's not going to do it. He's not going to play for a club outside of Europe. Doesn't matter if it was
these guys have
any
brand
club.
deals that won't allow them to play outside of Europe.
Exactly.
They will leave the club if that brand is if the brand is going to drop them because of them not playing in Europe. Look at Cristiano Ronaldo.
But you have to look at the size of the club. Look at the size of the club. You're telling me that
Juventus. Ronaldo almost left Juventus if they didn't finish in the Champions League.
Yeah. The thing is, a lot of these endorsements rely on
But-
players being in certain competitions.
Yeah, yo, guys,
But
we
let's
gotta
be
go. We gotta go because the Belgium game's starting. But yeah, enough of that, guys. I appreciate everyone watching. We've been on for an hour and 4 minutes. It's been a little bit of a discussion today. Not really too much news to be talking about because there's not been a lot of news. We've only been linked to 4 or 5 players today. You want to know why? Because they realize there's no need to link us to 1 million players. But the last story, I don't know if we talked about it, but I need to mention one more story before we go. How did I not mention it until now? Onana, it looks like it's done to go to Inter, guys. Do you believe that bullshit?
Not even close.
How is the deal done a year before he's even on available for a free transfer? Makes no sense. Absolute fake news. I don't believe that Onana's done. This whole stuff is to scare people. And you know what? I seen an article today that someone put underneath the original story stating that the Inter Milan head chief
Sporting director
doesn't even know who Onana is. Like, what the fuck is going on? Why are we believing all this fake news?
Yeah, man. It's
silly.
fake.
Like the thing.
And
The
even
thing
that Ramsdale story that we are hearing that he's coming to Arsenal, I don't think that's true.
So the thing that came out was Inter Milan have agreed a deal for 2022 summer. What?
It's impossible. It's literally impossible.
There you go. Like they take us for idiots, you know. These transfers, these people who tweet out stuff that get traction, take us for idiots.
The guy had like 150 followers. I don't know why people went on so hard at that link.
Because he ended up getting 50,000 follower Arsenal accounts to retweet it.
Yeah. And the other thing is if you look at what Inter have said, they've said they're trying to stall the deal so they can get it to January, so they can get him on a pre-contract. It's nothing to do with if he's signed anything or not, or if anything's been agreed. They're just trying to stall.
Yeah. Anyways, enough about that. Aslan, anyone who wants to join us on Twitter Spaces, you can. So you got AK's Twitter Spaces right there. Aslan AFC. You got my guy Karan. His Twitter Space is right there. His Twitter name is right there. You got Gunnar Express. His name is right there. You can join them on Twitter. You got Jonathan. Big up Jonathan doing his thing. I like the picture. You got Arteta's doing his thing. Big up to my guys. And I'm out of here, ladies and gentlemen. You already know what it is. Kitty G on EGTV. Shamelessly rocking the Raptors gear. But yeah, have a good one, guys. I'm out of here. Peace.